All right. Let's get into the news here. Um, so which game? Which Split Fiction. We're getting. Is it called Split Fiction?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a video game that literally just came out a couple months ago and has done very, very well. And we're getting a movie adaptation of the video game. So in the game, you play two different uh, ladies, and they both have their own worlds that they've created.
Well, they're like
Writing,
writers, right?
they're writers,
Yeah.
and they're working to make them into experiences with this company, and accidentally they intertwine their consciousness together or whatever. So then you get these like you're playing both versions, and one girl's is sci-fi, one girl's is fantasy. So they're kind of so you're playing the game and you're going back and forth between fantasy and sci-fi. And now they're making it into a movie adaptation with Sydney Sweeney has already been cast. I don't know which one, but
I've heard she's like directing in some capacity too, or I don't, maybe not directing, but she's
no,
like
she's
some kind of
probably
lead
producing.
producing. Yeah, maybe that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I don't want to
yeah
give misinformation, but that's what I was hearing.
yeah most almost certainly it would be um, producing. I
Hmm.
yeah yeah. She's producing the film. The Reese and Wernick, the Deadpool writers, are writing the film, and Jon M. will direct it, who is finishing up a Wicked 2 right now. So the
Oh,
Wicked director.
very good
Um,
people then, huh?
yep, good people. I mean, there's a lot of fantasy and stuff to it. Wicked is a
Yeah.
fantasy, so
They're
I'm
gonna
sure
need a
it'll be.
crazy amount of sets, I feel like, if they're
Yeah, I'm
trying to
sure
do it.
it'll be very. It'll either be super CGI heavy, or they'll try to do the sets like they did with Wicked. I mean, In the Heights was also very set heavy too, and they did a lot of things actually in camera. Um, I mean, I John M. Chu is hit and miss for me as a director. I mean, I know Crazy Rich Asians was a huge movie, but I find it to be incredibly boring. And
Thought it was
but
fine.
all
Yeah.
and he did Now You See Me Too, which isn't a particularly good movie. Um, but then he did In the Heights and Wicked. So I mean, but they're musicals, and I like musicals, and those are both musicals I like. So but he could have very easily screwed those up, and he actually did quite well with both of those. And so he's
Yeah,
on
no.
he's on a streak of good movies. Hopefully, he can continue that with that movie. But that is definitely by far the fastest adaptation of a video game to a movie. I mean,
Yeah, they're just not saying no to them anymore, right? Something
yeah.
comes out, there could be a movie. Make me a Baldur's Gate movie already.
Well, I mean, like, didn't that game sell like 1 million copies in like a day? Like,
What, Split Fiction?
yeah.
Yeah, it sold pretty well, yeah.
I mean, I got it immediately, I think. So,
Hmm.
so yeah, I did pretty well.
Well, and it's extremely consumer friendly because you buy the game, your friend can play it with you for
That's true.
free, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Sydney Sweeney literally does nothing for me. It doesn't hinder nor help that. It doesn't. There's no. She doesn't tip the scales. So
I get that she probably doesn't tip the scales for you, but a video game movie is probably going to be marketed towards, teenage boys. So,
males, yeah,
yeah,
and she's attractive. That's true. I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Well, we'll see. We'll see if how it does in 2 years or whatever, whenever they
yeah,
actually
it'll
put
be
it
a
out.
while. Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of interesting. I just never seen anything like that happen before. All right. Well, let's talk about the movie we talked about last week, which is Sinners. Now, Sinners had an incredible second weekend. It had it the first weekend it made 48 million. This weekend it made 45 million. That
Wow.
is the third best second weekend drop for a movie that made over $40 million ever.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot
Uh,
of people were waiting to see if anyone thought it was good.
yep, it's like a 5% drop. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, the only ones that have done better, that have made more than 40 million in the first two weekends, are Avatar, the first Avatar, which had like a 2% drop, and Shrek 2, which actually made more money on its second weekend than it did the first one.
Nice.
So if you don't count that Shrek, it's the second best drop. That's an actual drop. So,
Yeah, but you got to count it. I
yeah.
mean, just because
So
it
yeah,
did better, that doesn't mean
yeah, it did
it
better.
didn't
Yeah,
do
it had
better. Yeah.
had a plus instead of a minus. So yeah, so that did very well for itself, and it's doing very well in IMAX. Then so it kept the IMAX and lost its other premium screens to Accountant, and it still made almost the same amount of money that it did the first weekend. That movie can make quite a bit of money. That could be like a Greatest Showman, like maintained
Mhm.
movie. Possibly, we'll see. We'll see how this third weekend does with Thunderbolts coming out. Um,
Oh,
so
it's definitely not going to keep what it's got, but
yeah,
I do think it should be applauded. That is impressive.
yeah, that is good. I mean, that looks very good for Ryan Coogler, of course, who has had quite the run of movies.
Yeah.
Creed
Just
and
go do something else original. Don't do Sinners too. We don't need it. That's okay.
yeah, I I have to agree with you. I don't
Yeah.
think we need a second one. But also, this is an original film as well, so that's very good for an original film to do that well.
It is good. I'm telling you, a Sinners 2 will not do as well, though. Now that people have seen it, they'll pass.
Okay. Well, speaking of who it also helps out, Michael B. Jordan, he already got his next project locked up with a adaptation of the Thomas Crown Affair, which would be the third adaptation of the book. The last one was a couple, it was like 20 years ago with Pierce Brosnan. It's a heist film.
Oh, cool.
Um, and
Is it an
uh,
ensemble heist thing, or is it just him?
I don't think so. I think it would be, um, I think he's like the main character. Uh, yeah, it's coming out March 5th of 2027. He is also going to direct the film.
Uh,
Um,
I'm less interested then.
yeah. Yeah, it's a genre film. He's an art thief, I believe. Yeah, there's a actress. I don't remember who she is. Um anyway, so yeah, he will direct the movie and star in the film, another adaptation of the Thomas Crown Affair, coming out in 2027, and this will be for Amazon MGM. But it will be a, you know,
Hmm.
in theater movie. It won't be on Amazon. Um,
Okay.
yeah, it looks kind of interesting. I like a heist film. Uh, yeah, it looks like there's openings for heist films and, kind of spy esque stuff. We haven't, and there'd probably be a different point of view because the last two movies were white guys as the lead, so this is a
Yeah.
chance to do something different, I guess. And I think both times that they've made it, it's like the original film was like Steve McQueen, and then the remake was with Pierce Brosnan. So it's like famous actors, right? So, and I think both of them done well. So why not do another one? I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just don't think he can direct. So
I liked Creed 3, but I don't think you were particularly like loved it or anything. So
didn't he direct another one?
I don't think so. I think that was it. So yeah, cool. Thank you for watching part of the Daniel and Andrew Show. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. If you don't like looking at our faces, no problem. There's always a full audio version of the podcast wherever you find your podcast. Thank you and enjoy.